Hello there and welcome back to Imola, home circuit of the Scuderia Ferrari. We expect to see a lot of local supporters wearing red today, and they've all turned out for what we're expecting will be a sensational event here at the Emília-Romagnha Grand Prix. Unlike most Formula One tracks, Imola is driven anti-clockwise and offers our drivers today just over 3 miles of glistening wet tarmac to negotiate. It's made up of a roughly equal split of 9 right-hand turns and 10 left-hand. Watch the drivers on the way into turn 16. Managing their speed there will be crucial, with the rain only adding to the difficulty of that downhill braking section, which then, of course, leads into the track's longest straight, though no DRS there today, of course. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Falcon lines up on pole position. And a very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Vettel, Hamilton, George Russell and Norris, Théo Pourchaire, Albon, Ticktum and Esteban Ocon, Magnussen, Perez, Lance Stroll and Latifi, Mick Schumacher, Schwartzman, Oscar Piastri and Guan Yu Zhou, Gasly, Tsunoda, Leclerc and Max Verstappen completes the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. Well, it's not going to be plain sailing for our drivers today, although with the sky falling as it is, perhaps sailing isn't too far from the truth. Anthony Davidson, could be a wet one today. Great to have you with us. What are your thoughts?
It is a touch damp, isn't it? Well, as a driver, there are 3 big things to worry about when racing in these kind of conditions: standing water, tyre temperature and visibility. And judging distance to the cars around you is really tricky when you're driving through the vast amounts of spray that these wet weather Pirelli tyres kick up.
OK, this is our engine supplier's home Grand Prix, so let's give them a race worth watching. OK, you're doing well out there. Keep it up. We're looking at about 10 more minutes of rain. 10 minutes. Inters seems to be the fastest tyre for now. use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. Left of this rain, then we think it's going to dry up. 10 minutes. Information on Hamilton for you. Okay, they're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car. Okay, the officials have deployed the safety car due to multiple cars being stopped on track. Mind your delta. There appears to be an issue. We're currently investigating. Okay, looks like a mechanical failure. We're going to have to ask you to find a safe spot to retire. Sorry about that, mate. I repeat, find somewhere to retire the car immediately. It's too dangerous to stay on track.
It wasn't always plain sailing today, but it was a very important win nonetheless. What do you think it was today, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition?
Well, keeping their tyre temperatures up in the tricky wet conditions was really important. There's not much grip out there at the best of times, and it's 10 times worse if you're out there on cold tyres. So the way they kept the rubber in its proper operating window was a huge advantage today.
Well, I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way onto the podium now. So let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Well, that lead at the top has somewhat shrunk today. Well, after an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Often my go-to would be a driver who's managed to pull off an especially impressive feat during the race. However, in this instance, I was more impressed by Max Verstappen's solid, clean driving throughout the event.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The current leaders continue to extend their lead at the top. There was also a strong showing from the Mercedes team today as they make their way up the standings. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One, so be sure to join us for the next one.